Roland Martin made a 3-minute video this week about voting rights. By the end of it, he had contradicted himself 3 times. Tonight, I'm going to play those contradictions back to back. I'm going to show you why they don't make sense. I'm going to tell you how these points reveal what's really happening in black political power and why it's slipping away from us in America. Let's go.
Folks, what we have seen over the past several days is the Republican Party saying we don't give a damn about African Americans.
His first line is, the Republican Party doesn't care about black voters. If the Republican Party doesn't care about black voters, why would they stop us from voting?
The actions taken have nothing to do with party. It's about limiting black power.
He said it doesn't have to do with party. It has to do with black power. Fam, it don't make sense what he's saying. I'm telling you, he's sounding like a lunatic. He's saying that politics doesn't have anything to do with parties. But 99% of everything that comes out of his mouth benefits one political party. And he's saying what they did with the voting rights wasn't about parties, it's about stopping black people.
We have seen over the past decade as the Republican Party angry that black people were voting in huge numbers when Obama was elected in 2008 and 2012. And what they have done is target black folks since then.
That's not true. It's not true, Johnson. Nobody's surprised that a lot of black people came out in 2008. Okay? But ever since 2008, the number of black voters has decreased. These are lies.
We have seen voter IDs shutting down of various polling locations. We have seen them purging voters. What we have seen is a continual attack on the power of black folks.
Family, we do not have power. The Democratic Party and the power that we do have, the Democrats are making sure to dilute it by bringing in new voters. Where'd the 20 million new immigrants go? What districts did they go to, Roland? Are there people out there that don't realize that Biden let in 20 million people?
That, oh, you're shilling for the Democrats. You're trying to get us to support Democrats. No, our choice is very simple. It comes down to Republican Party or Democratic Party.
Anybody that's been in politics more than 2 seconds, if you are a fair person, if you're a person that's seen it up close, you would come to the conclusion, hey, man, it would really be a good idea if we had more parties. We would have a better, stronger democracy if we had more options on the ballot box. Roland's been in politics for 35 years. This guy has worked for major networks. Has he been fighting for that? Has that been something that Roland's been talking about? I don't think it has been. Roland says there's only 2 parties as if that's the way it had to be. Roland did not make that part of his work to expand that. Roland's been making millions of dollars as a Democrat for the last 30 years, at least the last 20 years. What has he done with that except help Democrats? Has he been building independent parties to change this? No, he hasn't. In fact, when people talk about changing it, he shits all over it. Him, not just him, the people that come on this show, his panels, they are all pitted against anything independent outside of the Democratic Party. Roland is desperate.
What is the conduit through which black people are going to be able to exercise power? The reality is today's Republican Party doesn't give a damn about black folks.
If the Republicans want to take away voting power, it's not from black folks. It would be from the Democratic Party, right? And the biggest threat to the Republican Party is not black voters, it's Latino voters. But he can't say that because he has to make his black audience who supports him believe they are powerful. If we were powerful, we would have legislation that helps us. If we were powerful, we'd be able to control elections. No, we are disempowered. And this party is part of the problem. unless you think bringing in new voters is a strength to black America. Remember, he didn't say Democrats. He said it ain't about Democrats and Republicans. He said it's about Republicans wanting to stop the powerful black people. I don't know, this black America. Do you feel powerful in the Democratic Party? Nah, the guy is saying Republicans are going through all this to stop black voters. Really? They just won an election with black people voting the most for Republicans ever. Why would Republicans want to stop black people if the trend is black people have voted more Republican than they ever have? It doesn't, what I'm saying, doesn't make sense. I'm sounding the alarm about black people losing power more and more each day. And he's saying, no, we got power. And now Republicans want to stop us from using all this power. It does not make sense. It doesn't pass the smell test. It is a lie. It's some bull. That's what that is. This is BS.
This is not the 1800s. This is not the early 1900s. What this party stands for today is to limit black people's political power.
He keeps saying political power. What political power is he talking about? If you are losing power in your party, it's because it's going to someone else. Party's going to the Latino community. I don't know if these new arrivals want it or what. But we all know that's a setup, right? We're not delusional. You mean to tell me we have people out here who don't believe that there was a plan in place? They did not come through the proper channels, they just came through. Or either you believe that or you believe it's a plan. And now we got Roland saying Republicans are trying to take black power away. The Democrats are giving it away by bringing in more Latino voters because they see us moving away from the Democratic Party. They see us packing up. We started, Kool and the gang started packing up their equipment. Start loading up the records, DJ Red Alert. Start loading up DJ Woo Kid. Green Lantern. Started packing it up. Once they started to see that black voters, it wasn't working. They weren't able to hold on to power because black voters are becoming more and more disenchanted. The powers of Roland Martin, the glamour effect. That's what the vampires use. They glamour you. The zombie-like trance effect. The smoke and mirrors have been starting to wear off with the Democratic Party for quite some time. I mean, they gave us a black president, half black president, and his black wife, and black babies. And we said, great, we've made it. And then he said, I'm not the president of black people. And ever since then, fam, 20 million Latinos just showed up in America. And they believe the Democrats let them in and opened up the programs. Did you see a red carpet being rolled out by Republicans for the Latinos? The southern border? No. Who was the red carpet? Who was rolling out the red carpet? What were they doing in Chicago? What were the Democratic mayors doing? Mark my words. Roland is full of it, and now we see desperation. Because see, Roland Martin and a lot of the other black Democratic shields, they exist for one purpose. They got one job: control you. Their one job is to control black voters, to bring all the black voters to the yard. Family, if you don't need them to do that, if now the coalition is What did Biden say? He said it loud and clear, fam. He said, you're going to start working with the Latinos. Pretty soon, there's going to be more of them than you. So get used to it. Am I making up something?
Number one, the reason we're the country we are is because of immigration. We have 24 out of every 100 children in our school today is Hispanic. The idea that we are going to walk away and not provide every opportunity for them is not only stupid and immoral, but it's bad for America. They are the future of America, and we should invest in them. Everybody will benefit from it, every single American, and you should get used to it.
Joe Biden. That's what he said. Roland's contradicting that. He's saying Republicans are afraid of black voters. We just set records voting Republican. So if anybody's worried, it's people like Roland. And now black politicians are worried too. Because with this Voting Rights Act change, the Kelly's decision jeopardizes their ability to lock down districts based on race. Because some black politicians might have competition to get elected. Not that they can't run. It's just they won't be able to lock their districts down. See, even when a district is drawn so that a black representative is elected, that person often becomes a gatekeeper rather than a bridge. See, this is the part that Roland won't talk about in a lot of the shields and the liberals and some of the progressive channels who are making big noise about this. They're not telling you the real deal. A lot of these black elected officials, they weren't doing nothing but gatekeeping anyway. They talk a good game to get elected, and then they do what? They take care of the donors. But Roland is making it sound like it's a 3-alarm fire. We need to all be concerned. We need to all lose our minds. No, because he's concerned because the people that fund him, the people that support his shows, the entities that he works for in the Democratic Party, some of these black Democrats might not be so safe anymore. And if they aren't safe anymore, what good is Roland? Roland's whole job is to bring in black voters. But when districts change demographically, and they need to also sway white voters and Latino voters, who the hell is watching Roland? Why would you care about Roland? You may like Tyler Perry's movies, but there ain't a whole lot of crossover appeal in the Tyler Perry movie index to people that aren't black Americans. I don't think it's a large contingent of white folks going to rent Medea movies. What I'm saying is, Roland Martin is a Medea of news. That's a great analogy. He really is. When he's sounding the alarm, losing his damn mind, it's over his future and the future of his political party. It's not about black folks, because there is nothing that has happened in the last month that's changed for black people dramatically that will make us sound the alarm, really. I mean, these districts are still where they were. You think the poverty rate in Clyburn's district is going to get worse with more competition for Clyburn? Or you think it might get better? Do you think Maxine Waters, black residents in her district, life is going to get worse because she might have more competition? Or because her district may no longer be so safe? Or you think it might get better? Look, I'm not saying I'm certain of how this is going to turn out. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I can see the future, but I am saying much to do about nothing. The way that Roland Martin is talking, the desperation tells me everything I need to know about who's really in jeopardy right now. Roland Martin doesn't want you to think for yourself. He wants you to stay quiet, stay loyal. Because see, the most dangerous thing in America right now is not a Republican. It's a black voter who's done being told what to do. Stay dangerous.
Catch Tim Black live on the most dangerous show in America, Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Times. Don't miss out on the real. Stay dangerous.